Okay, let's have a game in the afternoon. So, M-Abotreka. I think I'll play for E5 and now C4 because I like the idea of having a pawn on E5 at the moment. I think statistically I'm getting good results, even though I'm giving black the D5 square a bit controversially. So black can get a nice knight on D5, I admit. On the other hand, maybe the E4 square is good for white here, so it's a double-edged thing going on. Also, maybe as well as E4, if you know C5 square potentially on that semi-open file because I've played that C4. So there's balancing factors to this structure. At the moment, though, my D5 is very weak, and he might just castle queenside. Okay. A4, I guess. A5. So I'm not immediately losing pawn. Maybe I should take on D5 now. Actually, if I take with a knight, I think the light square bishop's kind of maybe going to be more useful. I hope. Anyway, the thing is, he hasn't got a blockade now on D5 with a piece, so he's exchanging a piece for a pawn, which is more comfortable for me. I wonder about knight G5 here. Provoking maybe F6, but then maybe E6. Okay, there's also that, but maybe knight H3 here. So I can come back to F4 and attack G6. Or I could retain that tension of playing it. Maybe I could first play bishop A4. I guess Queen G4 might be a threat. So not a very subtle threat. So knight F4 here to be able to evict the queen. If queen, well, I could take the queen and treble the pawns. In fact, if Queen G4 now. What other ideas spring to mind here? Sacking on D5, A6, Rook C1, Bishop A4, Bishop A4 and B4 might be good, but then A6, then how to proceed? Maybe it's best simply Rook C1, just threatening to take on D5 and provoking King B8. But if the king's on B8, what's the big deal? Maybe then Bishop A4, Queen B3. If the king goes to A8, though, will C6 become a major target? I guess it could do if I sort of have lots of things pointing at the C6 pawn. I think I'm going to go for that strategy. I'm going to build up pressure basically on C6 and reserve the use of A6. So here, Bishop A4. I mean, A6 is a major threat now to undermine C6 in any case. Okay. Where can the knight go? I can go to D3, I think. Just about. Right. So kind of hack attack against my king. So for G3, just sacking the exchange. I think that would be okay to try and evict this knight as well. So Bishop F1, maybe Queen takes F1. But then Knight F3 and H4 is dangerous. So maybe King takes, but then Queen H3 is dangerous. So I don't know. Maybe I've messed this up. But after Queen H3, King E1, maybe my king can sort of run over to the Queen side. Okay, might try this instead. Unfortunately, Knight F3. Oh, okay. I'll let the king run for it. King takes. I can. No, if pawn takes, check. I can go to C3. This wasn't really what I had in mind. I had in mind my own kingside attack. So seems to have been majorly delayed. I guess I'll put the queen here. So I still have the possibility of A6, or King B3 and then A6. There's a time bomb in terms of that pawn though now, but here A6 is looking like it starts to be useful. Alright, I'll go for it now. If h2, maybe, rook h1 just to delay this pawn queening. Yeah, so that was quite an onslaught there against my own king. My king ending up on the queen side at the moment, so I'm hoping not to be a victim of this pawn too quickly if I can get my own onslaught in action now. I think it's too slow to take on b7, it was just queen, so rook h1 for the moment. Right. Now might be the time to take on b5. Play something like knight b4. Yeah, I think taking on b5 and knight b4, because that covers my king for a moment as well, while I'm threatening queen b5. So if now king a8, queen takes, rook b8 isn't like skewing my queen to the king, which is good news. So I'm really threatening queen takes b5 now. So his queen is going to take a while to get back, too long to get back. This looks good. This looks good. Wild game indeed. So queen takes here. I'm threatening queen c6, but it's any quicker. Queen c6, queen c2. If king d7, queen c6 is mate. So queen c2 actually kind of gains speed with check. Check king b8, queen c6, but then there's queen e3. King can go to a2 after queen e3 check. And I don't see how black's stopping the mate on b7. So I'm lucky with this knight supporting c6 actually. Knight b4 was a very good move in the circumstance after taking on b5. So if king b6 check, king a5, rook a1 is mating. King c6, queen c6 is mate. If king b8, queen c6 threatening queen b7. Then if queen takes e3, king a2, I can't see any other checks. Oh, I missed that one. Okay. Okay, so if I take king c6, queen c6, king e7, queen f6 maybe? With at least a draw, because if you go to e8 then I can take on h8, so I'm going to go for this. So queen c6 here, or queen f6. Okay, now I can take on h8 if I want. Anything stronger? It does look pretty strong to just take on h8. I can take on h2 now as well. So if queen e3, I can carry on the attack a bit later. Okay. Maybe e6 to open some lines up now. So that the queen line is opened up. Check. Okay, so the knight's in pre. What about rook c1? So if takes, queen c7 is mate. I think rook c1's a nice move. Stops queen c4 as well. Bonus. Okay. Right, so I've got rook c6 here actually. Again c6, then drawing the king out. King e5. Then there's queen h8 check. So the queen will be on the skewer. And then check and I'll probably win the queen. So queen h8. What am I talking about? There's no skewer there, but there is rook e6. Up, forfeits on time. So that was a bit of a dramatic game. Not exactly smooth. Smooth wouldn't be the word here. With my king, it said good game, GG. But yeah, both sides going for each other's kings. I didn't really see any of this happening. This bishop f5 to h3 It's fairly obvious now. Yeah, this is a strong idea. So offering the exchange. But if knight f3, if my king had to go back, then h4, you know, this rook would be really dangerous. So my king made a runner for it, and then I started my own attack, which just about, so it saved the day. After bishop takes, this knight b4 is a key move, it seems, and now his king had to make a runner for it, except he was losing lots of material. I opened up another line. Rook c1 was key for queen c7 and stopping queen c4, and now I was able to play this, and the knight's actually stopping king d3, which is very nice. I'm picking up the queen. Hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. Please leave any comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.